If you're collecting Social Security and still working, there's a rule that can take $1 out of your check for every $2 you earn past a limit. Right now, there's a bill in Congress to kill that rule completely. But before you celebrate, or before you believe the videos saying your money is being stolen, there's something about this rule almost nobody understands. The money they hold back, most of it comes back to you, automatically. And knowing how that works changes the whole decision about working while collecting. I'm Dan Whitfield. Let's take this apart properly. Stay to the end because I'll cover 3 things in order. What the rule actually does with the real 2026 numbers. The part they hold back and how it returns, that's the piece the angry videos leave out. And where this bill actually stands, not where the headlines pretend it stands. First, the rule itself, because half the fear about it comes from getting the basics wrong. It's officially called the Retirement Earnings Test, and it only applies in one situation. You claimed Social Security before your full retirement age, and you're still earning a paycheck. Full retirement age in 2026 is 66 and 10 months. Here are the 2026 numbers. If you're under full retirement age all year, you can earn up to $24,480 with no effect at all. Above that, Social Security withholds $1 of benefits for every $2 you earn. In the calendar year you reach full retirement age, the rules loosen. The limit jumps to $65,160, the withholding drops to $1 for every 3, and only the months before your birthday count. And the month you hit full retirement age, the test ends. Completely. You can earn $1 million and your check doesn't move. Now the mistake I see constantly, people avoiding the wrong income. The test counts wages and net self-employment earnings. Period. It does not count your pension, not your IRA or 401k withdrawals, not investment income, interest, dividends, capital gains, annuity payments, or rental income. A retiree pulling $40,000 from an IRA plus Social Security, the test doesn't even see it. This rule is about paychecks, nothing else. Let me make it concrete. An illustration, not a real person. Say Carol is 63, claimed at 62, and takes a part-time job paying $40,000 a year. She's $15,520 over the limit. Half of that, $7,760, gets withheld from her benefits that year, and Social Security doesn't shave it off each check. They hold back entire monthly checks from the start of the year until the amount is covered, then payments resume. That surprise, months of no deposit, is what scares people the most, and it's exactly why you should report your expected earnings to Social Security in advance so they spread the adjustment instead of ambushing you. One more piece, the first-year rule. The year you first retire mid-year, there's a monthly test. Any month your wages stay under roughly $2,040, you get your full check for that month, even if your earnings earlier in the year blew past the annual limit, so a July retiree doesn't get punished for January through June salary. So that's what the rule does. Now the part that changes everything, what happens to the money they held back? Because withheld and lost are not the same word. Here's the piece the outrage videos never mention. When you reach full retirement age, Social Security recalculates your benefit. Every month they withheld gets credited back. They treat it as if you'd claim that much later, and your monthly check goes up permanently to pay you back over time. Think about what that means. The earnings test isn't a tax. It's closer to a forced delay. They held back some of your checks early. They return it as a bigger check later. The Social Security Administration says this plainly, and the research says something more interesting. Most people have no idea this recomputation exists, so they treat the test as pure theft. And some people actually quit working or refuse a raise to duck a rule that would have largely paid them back anyway. Now the honest catch, because I promised you accuracy, not cheerleading. The payback comes as a higher monthly check for the rest of your life, not a lump sum. So you only recoup it fully if you live long enough. Someone in poor health who has benefits withheld at 63 may never get all of it back. That's the legitimate criticism of this rule. Not that the money vanishes, but that the repayment schedule quietly favors the long-lived. Both things are true. The money mostly comes back, and the rule can still hurt you. Anyone who tells you only one half of that is selling something. Which brings us to the bill. Because a rule this misunderstood and this annoying to administer has a target on its back. Here's what's actually on the table. It's called the Senior Citizens Freedom to Work Act of 2026. Senator Rick Scott of Florida introduced it in the Senate on March 24th. Congressman Greg Murphy of North Carolina introduced the House version April 16th. One sentence of substance. It repeals the retirement earnings test entirely. Claim at 62, keep working full-time, keep every dollar of your benefit. No limit, no withholding, no recomputation, because there'd be nothing to recompute. And here's a piece of history that makes this more plausible than the average long-shot bill. In the year 2000, Congress passed a law with almost the same name, the Senior Citizens Freedom to Work Act of 2000, and it killed the earnings test for everyone over full retirement age. Signed by President Clinton, passed with broad bipartisan support. That's why the test already ends at your full retirement age today. This bill just finishes the job for the years before it. Now, where it stands, and I'll give it to you straight, because some videos out there are talking like this is already law. It is not law. As I record this, both bills have been introduced and referred to committee. No committee vote, no floor vote. The sponsors so far are Republicans. There's a Senate Aging Committee hearing on record where the idea drew sympathy. One advocacy group testified repealing it would be extremely popular with seniors, but also caution because anything touching Social Security gets weighed against the trust fund, which the Trustees Project runs short around 2033. Interestingly, Social Security's own actuaries have found that repealing this test would slightly reduce long-run costs. Because of that payback mechanism we just covered, the test doesn't actually save the program much. But introduced with friendly hearings is a long way from passed. Most bills die in committee. This one may too. So what do you do today while the rule still exists? 3 things. If you're under full retirement age, working, and near the limit, remember only wages count. Income from savings and pensions is invisible to this test. If you're going to exceed the limit, tell Social Security your expected earnings in advance so they adjust gradually instead of freezing whole checks. And if you're deciding when to claim, this rule is one more reason the claiming age decision deserves real thought, because claiming early while working full-time puts you square in the test territory for years. Let's land it. The earnings test, $24,480 this year, $1 withheld for every 2 over, wages only. The withheld money comes back at full retirement age as a permanently bigger check, unless you don't live to collect it, which is the rule's real flaw. And the bill to kill it is real, has history on its side, and has passed exactly nothing yet. When that changes, either direction, I'll cover it here within days. If you're working and collecting, or about to be, check where you sit against that limit today. It's a 2-minute look at your pay stubs. And send this to one person you know who's collecting Social Security and still working. The angry version of this story is everywhere. Send them the accurate one. The rules change every year, and nobody explains what it means for your money. I do. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.